Ain't no love.
Double dino to micro crimper.
No micro crimpers today.
Hello guys, welcome to Barely Hanging.
We are barely hanging.
We are barely hanging on to life right now. Two very ill boys. My name is Peter Richards.
My name's Danko Lemsip Winnabear.
I'm going to move my mic away because those waveforms look real big, Dan, don't they?
I don't know, Petey. They just look like things.
They look like
How
big
are you,
waveforms.
Petey?
I'm good. I don't mean it. I'm lying. I'm real bad on the inside. I'm feeling fucked up.
Yeah.
I feel
boy.
very ill, very tired, very... Well, not actually that tired. Average tired.
So we thought, let's record a podcast.
Yeah. Because we're not
What's
recording
the best
in a while.
time to get psych?
Best
When
time.
you're at your lowest.
When you're at your lowest, because then when you're at your highest, it's easy to get the psych.
Easy then.
You've already got it. Exactly.
Easy.
But yeah, we're both kind of under the weather at the minute, aren't we?
Pretty shit, man.
Yeah, we've
You
had...
look shit.
This
Shit.
is our second day together.
Third, kinda.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Good days.
Great, yeah.
Yesterday we just mollowed in our own self-pity.
Mollowed.
Mollowed is when you mallow in it.
You marshmallow into it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a...
Burn everything.
It's a mixture of wallowing and...
Marshmallow.
masturbating.
Yeah, we did a lot of that. It's lonely in this house.
It's goddamn
I'm so
lonely.
lonely. What,
Manager
you've got-
Surly's left.
How's your blackcurrant lemsip? I went for lemon this time.
Lemon, I've got blackcurrant. Yeah,
Oh, is
it's
it
nice, man. Thank you, Danko.
Nice. So why
Drinks of the gods.
are you so full of cold, Peter?
Well, it's not Mrs. Rona, we thought.
We did think
we
that
did
for
think
a second.
that Corona might have came in and taken little Petey. But I've had my test and it came back this morning
You're
negative.
so negative about it.
Yeah, I'm so negative. I goddamn never win anything in my
Never
life.
win anything,
I
man.
wanted to win this. I thought this was the one thing
I'm
I
so
could
happy
win.
you didn't.
Oh,
If that was positive, it would have meant 2 weeks of me and you stay. You slightly less, but you said to me you'd stick in for 2
yeah,
weeks. Of me.
I did actually say
You
that.
probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
You are a
Do you-
chronic liar.
Do you think?
I think you would have got to the end
So,
and went, "Damn, I'm
if you
so
get
sorry."
Corona, guys, you've got to quarantine if you have it, quarantine until what? Your symptoms leave?
It just depends.
It depends. But if you know someone, technically,
14 days.
you could be quarantining longer than the person that had it. 14 days. So I said to Dan, if that's the case, I'll do the whole stint with you. Because you actually are losing quite a lot of life, aren't you?
It's crazy, man.
14 days is a lot of life. I feel for anyone that's had to do...
We've been quite lucky since
We really have been. We had to do 14 days right at the beginning of this when...
everything was shut.
Yeah, everything was shut. Lockdown, it was like basically everyone was locked down anyway. But now things are open again.
And I know a lot of people are going to be going, well, you've got it all. Yeah, you're alive. Yeah, I am.
You've got it all.
I get it,
Yeah.
yeah. Lots of people have had a much worse time. But we're talking about us.
Yeah, and
This is
we're
called
being
the Barely
respectful about
Hanging Us podcast.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm
think
just
so.
riffing with you.
But no, yeah, it came back negative. Don't have it. Great news. So we just have to. We both actually have just got this weird cold thing.
But it knocked us for 6.
It really did. Yesterday we were miserable.
Oh,
We were
man.
just watching films.
We just existed.
Had a great day,
It was
though.
a great day, but we just existed.
Man, I tell you what, actually watching Lord of the Rings as an adult
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's amazing.
And you hadn't properly watched the first one anyway. Which
Yeah, so
weird.
they came out when I was how old were you when I saw them?
I think I must have been
Teenager.
13, 14 in the cinema, maybe.
So I remember them coming out and wanting to watch them, but them being too old for me. But I remember getting around it and asking, like, going to friends.
getting aroused by it.
Remember getting around it, getting aroused by it. Just, I wanted it in my life. And I remember going, I think maybe at a friend's house, or I maybe managed to convince my mum. But anyway, I watched it, but I was just too young. Liked the action and liked the cool universe, but didn't understand that there's actual story in there as well.
A meaning.
A meaning.
Substance.
There's a lot of meaning to be found in Lord of the Rings if you want to find it.
If you want to. Or you can just watch an incredible story of
Yeah.
wizards and fucking
And
Pokemon.
elves. Like
Find out
the
who
little
they
details, like Legolas walking on top of the snow because he's so light-footed. It just makes me like all
boss,
warm
innit?
and fuzzy inside. It's good for the soul, man.
I like those little deeds. Like,
Yeah.
that was our day yesterday, was just existing. Chatting.
Yeah.
Not that much chatting, because if you talk, you sneeze.
Yeah.
That was
sneezes. Well, Dan has these insane sneezes where he goes, I only have about 1 or 2 sneezes in me. But
Mine
you
5 to
set
6.
yourself up for the next sneeze. You get like a combo streak going.
Yeah.
Like if this was Street Fighter, you'd be on like 100 hit kill.
That would be my special attack.
Yeah, just the...
There was that one
the
moment
Rapido
where
street
I was sneezing in the kitchen by myself and you came in and you said, all right, I get the point. Sneezing.
I fucking
was
get
so
it. Jesus,
fucking
Dan.
close just to sneezing in your face. It would have been vile.
That would have been horrible. I would have cried, maybe.
That would have been a
Maybe
real
cried.
test. But they're spat in your face.
If you can't tell, like, our voices are fucked, aren't they?
Yeah, I definitely feel it. But so ultimately, though,
Yeah.
we feel shit.
Yeah.
Well, I've been a bit run down for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Whatever that means, that doesn't really matter. But then this weekend,
Yeah.
Pete did something big.
So...
Can I introduce it? Because
Yeah.
I feel like I need to.
Yeah,
'Cause
okay.
it's your challenge, but
Yeah.
I need to set the precedent of Pete almost ran 100 kilometres.
Almost ran 100 kilometres.
But almost is a key word here.
Almost.
Because he almost did, because he didn't do it.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
You almost did.
Well, if you add up all the little bit, but
You
I didn't
might
run
have, but you
those.
didn't.
I didn't. Yeah,
You
you're
walked
right. I
them.
walked those.
So you
bits.
almost ran 100?
Almost ran 100
So you-
kilometres.
How many kilometres have you ran before? Please tell us.
100.
Oh, when was that?
That was about 2-3 years ago.
Oh, so 3 years ago, you're better than you are now.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
This challenge was different to that challenge.
Same.
It's not. It maybe. I know.
Maybe
so
it's different.
You're really, really trying as hard as you can to make me feel bad about this, and I'll be honest, Dan, it's working quite a lot. But what happened? What Dan said talking about is I came up with a challenge. I don't know why. I'd started running throughout COVID, mainly to balance out the amount of chocolate and sweets we've been eating.
Which was a lot.
It's a lot. We've gone hard in the paint. So Becky is big into running, so I've seen her run and motivating me to get out there. I'm like, yeah, I'll get running again. Start doing my 5Ks, really loving it. I'm speeding up my 5Ks, beating my personal records, finding a lot of satisfaction. And then one day I'm like, I wonder how many 5Ks I could do in a day. Like, I've always been into this long distance endurance sort of mindset. Like, I enjoy trying things like that. And I think that just slowly crept in as I was doing more of these 5Ks. And then I probably had that thought maybe 2 months ago, mentioned it to a few people, and just as a thought. And then it just grew into this thing where eventually I was like, oh, I just have to do this now. And then obviously once I pushed the button and decided to do it, you sort of think, well, I should do it for charity, I guess, because it's a big thing and there's a good chance to do it for charity. So yeah, anyway, I made this video and then in 5 days managed to hype it up and got lots of people to donate. And then on last Saturday, I woke up at 4 a.m. and ran the first 5K. And so the challenge was on every hour, I'd run 5K. That's the challenge, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've said that right.
You did it, you nailed it.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Yeah. So at 4 a.m,
So proud
woke
of you.
up, did 5K, 6 did 5K, 7 did 5K, 8
And then
5K.
8, and then 9.
And I wanted to see how far I could go, and a personal challenge was 24. I wanted to try and run for 24 hours straight, and I failed that. I got to 19 hours, which I'm happy about.
Some people might say failed, some people might say you tried.
I did try. I tried my hardest. But now, so anyway, it's quite funny. So my legs were destroyed for days after. They still are destroyed. But and I couldn't walk properly. I'm starting to be able to walk better now. And as my legs are getting better, the feeling of, not failure, but the feeling of, I could have pushed it further, is coming back. Like the morning I woke up after the run, I was like, I couldn't have ran. I was certain that I couldn't have ran that 20th hour. But now that my legs are getting better, I'm like, I could have run it. I know I could have. I was just in a dark place. My leg, it was agony. I was in such pain. You're always going to have thoughts like that anyway. But it was fucking amazing day. The amount of support that everyone came out. Danko here was out on, I think you missed 2 with them. Yeah, no, you missed the morning stint.
Yeah, I missed
so
the morning.
I did 5 or 6 in the morning. Then I came home at like 11, saw you, and you came on every run other than 2 or 3 maybe.
He's either 10 or 11.
Yeah, you came on every one, and then super supportive with the food and just with everything. You like
Oh.
organising a lot of shit. Like,
That's all the boring stuff. That to quote Uncle Mick,
yeah,
leave no stone unturned. It's one of his catchphrases, probably.
probably.
Why do you run, Pete?
I'm either running towards something, or I'm running away from something.
Does it depend on a thing or a smell?
I'm maybe running. Maybe life is just
Have
one
you
big
asked
run.
yourself this?
What? Why am I doing it?
Yeah.
I think genuinely,
Yeah.
if you want a genuine answer, I'm running away from the gay thoughts.
Why are you running from them, Pete?
I'm just not brave.
The world's different now.
It is different.
It's not
but
as
when I was
discriminative as it used to
when
be.
I
When
was
you
a
were
kid,
younger in Bearscott,
Yeah.
I agree.
yeah,
We live in the metropolis of Chilwell,
we are in a
the hub
metropolis.
of modern day thinking.
Yeah,
So why?
No, I
why
think-
are you still running?
I think.
You live with me alone, and you're still running, Pete. Why do you put this illusion into the airwaves?
Right, I think I really enjoy digging deep,
Yeah.
but once in a while, not as a lifestyle. Like, you see people like Goggins, they enjoy digging deep as a lifestyle. They've turned on something where
Yeah.
they're not themselves if they're not in pain.
Yeah.
And that, I'm not even sure is if a healthy place to be. It means that they do some insane shit, and they get a lot, and
Yeah.
they're very inspiring to watch. But I was thinking about this like for past couple of days. The way he is not happy unless he's suffering. Really, fundamentally, he's not content,
What's he chasing?
and I don't.
Pain, struggle, success.
I
don't
think
know.
the way he talks about it is his lazy life. He was this one person, and to not be that person, I feel like maybe he has to be the complete opposite of that
Yeah.
person he was, and that's how he keeps it up. Is he has to keep checking himself, making sure he's not that person, keep doing these mad things. For me, I think every once in a while, just dipping your toe in the water, realizing that you can do a lot more than you think you can do. So, like, the day-to-day mundane training sessions at the hangar when you're just fucked and you're like, oh, I can't, I'm really tired. Or day-to-day stuff that's not even training. Day-to-day, like, learning a new skill or
Maraca balls.
maraca balls. I'm going big into maraca balls,
Like,
guys.
we've both got this history of the Goggins in us. Mine's worse than yours. So
Yeah.
I was a big boy.
Mm.
But you went through your stage, like, you got me. Your journey's already about 5 years long.
Yeah.
Being an athlete.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah, I
somewhere.
flipped a switch somewhere. Yeah,
Cobra
very
Kai'd
true.
it, man.
I remember.
I don't know what that means, but
no, I
you
don't.
Cobra Kai'd it.
I know that Cobra Kai is the school, is it, in that universe, the Karate Kid universe? Cobra Kai. Oh, Cobra Kai's the evil school, though, isn't it?
Are they? Pete?
Oh, this is the new.
Watch it, dig deep, find out.
Right, dig deep. I love it though.
What is evil?
It is
Ask
true though.
yourself that.
We've, when we first met, that was one of the things we talked about a lot. Was
Evil.
Was not evil. Evil. We talked about how we were gonna be evil and fool people into. No, we talked about the whole thing of awakening. That moment in life where you're like, hang on, there's something I want to do, so I've got to do it. Or there's something there's a way I want to be. I want to get this. I've got to get it. And it's just being driven and motivated. But
How long was your awakening?
I quite like the idea that you always have to be an awakening.
Yeah.
You're in that state constantly, and every time you
this
dip.
moment.
I think my awakening was I was in Nepal.
Oh my god! What?
Yeah.
Like a fucking cliche.
I know. I was in Nepal. Hang on. I was in Nepal, and this Scottish kid. I was 20, and this 17 or 18-year-old Scottish kid was
Better than you.
laying into me for my hand skin was peeling from like frost, like not frostbite, but it was like frost nip, and I was like, "Man, my hands hurt so much." And we were in this hotel. And he was going home, and I had 2 weeks left in Nepal. And I was talking about things that I could do, what I wanted to do. I wanted to travel and see more of Nepal in 2 weeks. And I said, I jokingly was like, I'll get a bike and cycle around, like jokingly because my hands were fucked. And he was like, yeah, do it. Like, and I was like, what? No, look at my hands. And he basically just dug into me. He was like, what the fuck? This is your first time in Nepal, maybe your only ever time in Nepal, and you're sat here with 2 weeks free, and you're looking at me going, man, my hands are sore. So then, the day after that, in the morning, I rented a bike and cycled around Nepal, and that was like the experience that was like fucking, because I was completely by myself. It felt super dangerous. I'm not sure actually how dangerous it was. Probably completely by myself in the wilderness.
You got hit off by a car.
No, I fell off going down some mountains, and I nearly got run over. Yeah,
okay.
So it's probably pretty dangerous in reality.
Did the boy say to you that he's Nepaled at you?
He's Nepal.
Yeah. Hey, right.
For a second, I was like, "What are you talking about? I have no idea." But anyway, yeah, that was.
Was that the moment when he said, "Pete, I'm Nepal"? That you're.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense.
He was like, "I'm Nepaled."
Well, then,
no, in fact, actually, that might not have been the.
I was going to say, what got you to Nepal? There's probably something in there, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe pure want to travel. I think I was so boxed in for a couple of years at home. I just wanted to get out and see.
I just think Westerners sometimes underestimate some of these like moments. Like I can pinpoint some of mine.
Yeah.
And it's like sat on a couch eating KFC.
Yeah.
And then you have that moment looking at yourself thinking,
What?
I love KFC. This is great.
Yeah.
It's really good. I
KFC.
think I'm unhealthy.
Yeah.
I think this might be shaving years off my
That was your awakening.
Yeah.
It's completely opposite.
Yeah.
But
And
fair play. It worked.
Then I went to uni and studied, well, quite a strange thing really, social work.
Yeah.
And like anything, you could study a tin of paint and you could come out with the ingredients of life, but
Yeah.
I studied that and came out with
the answers
for me, yeah.
for you. That's awesome. That's so cool.
So yours is like, you went to Nepal,
Mine was like a proper
someone
almost,
challenged your identity.
Yeah, it was a
And
challenge.
called you bluff.
Called me.
Called you a
That's
called
what
you
it was.
shit out.
And it was because it was probably because he was younger. He was a younger
Better.
dude. Better. And I
More
was,
handsome, I've seen pictures.
yeah. He's a handsome.
He's better dude,
Connor-
isn't he?
Oh my god! Topic of the week.
The topic of the week is...
What is it? Topics of the week. We're staring at each other. It's gonna be. Are we gonna say it at the same time? Topics. Neither of us could commit
I
to
knew
it.
what you were going to say, but I wanted to say something more profound because we were talking about quite profound things.
We really were, and I wasn't expecting
Well,
that to come
we
in.
just love Wes Anderson.
So we'll talk about Wes Anderson. Yeah?
I love Wes Anderson. Do you like Wes Anderson?
I love Wes Anderson.
Wendy Anderson? Is that the guy from The Matrix?
Yeah, Neo.
Mr. Anderson?
Mr. Anderson. Who's your favourite character in any Wes Anderson film
my God,
ever?
that
I know
is-
yours. You're too predictable. I got it, boy.
Too predictable.
You might change it now because you know what I know
No,
that you
I'll
know.
have to think about this first. But do you know yours off the top of your head?
No.
Exactly.
Hang on. Yes, I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm going to guess yours to be...
Ooh, who am I thinking about right now?
You are the main guy. Why am I forgetting everyone's names right now?
Oh, Angry Boy Danny.
In the Grand Darjeeling.
The main guy in the Grand Darjeeling.
Oh, what's the actor's name?
Meaning, stop throwing stuff at me,
Tell
you
me the
angry
actor's
boy.
name, I'll throw shells at you.
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson.
Him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like him.
Is that your favourite?
No, he's not who I was thinking of.
Isn't he? Who you thinking of?
No. Spotter.
Spot the kid.
No, the kid.
What did they call him? This is the film Isle of the Dogs.
Isle of Dogs.
No, they call him the pilot? The little pilot?
Yeah,
The dogs just call him the little pilot.
The little pilot. He's my favourite character.
Man, if you want Psych
lovely.
for life,
Yeah.
just watch Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
Everything will make sense after you've watched all the films sequentially. It'll all make sense.
I think the meaning of there's enough meaning in there to find your own meaning of life.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the way he constructs like relationships between characters is maybe the thing that is the most powerful there, because you really
it's captivating.
It
man.
really is, and some of the dialogue is so not how people speak, but it is.
But it really
or maybe
boils
it's how
down
people
life.
think. Maybe that the dialogue is how people think, not speak, because people are so frank to each other in it, but there's like no hate often or anything. It's so cool. I love it so much. So your favourite character, predictable. I think
if you say it,
I think it's. I mean, I hope it is because now I'm going to look bad. But Steve Zissou.
Has to be, yeah.
It has to be Steve Zissou.
I was going to say there's lots of characters I love, but like in our world recently, like Pete bought us both the Zissou hats.
Yeah,
and then they've kind of embodied a small part of our climbing now.
They really have.
And we've got this Zissou vibe that's come together.
I absolutely love it. So Steve Zissou is a adventure filmmaker in this film, that Life Aquatic, adventure filmmaker. So he goes to all these cool places, and it's kind of like
So I was saying
it's David Attenborough, but on steroids. It
sits in this genre of like Hanna-Barbera type cartoons. I think it's Hanna-Barbera.
Oh,
really old. Like there was a TV show called like Johnny Quest, and it plays out like these old episodes of like fantasy hero things, like cartoons.
But it's all about exploration and like I always think of Steve Batchel. Do you know the BBC Steve Batchel dude? He's an explorer who did Deadly 60 and stuff.
So cool.
He's a cool guy.
So
he's like the real version of Steve Zissou, kind of. Steve Zissou's a bit more like fictional. Maybe like they make a story.
Steve Zissou's more real than Batchel. Anyway. He really fucking is, man. When you see Steve Batchel's pecs, it's like that can't be real. You see Steve Zissou in his very well maintained submarine.
Maybe it's just Steve's, man. Got to be Steve's.
Do you know I don't know any Steve's.
He makes this. So he's this explorer, and he's got this whole team that he's created, and they all wear these little red hats. And the way that he narrates things is like super. Like what I always like to go back to.
So scampy.
It is really scampy. It's the post that I did fairly recently of our dyno. You know, at Stone. Dyno, let me read it out. But Steve Zissou, man, is just absolutely. Hang on, I'm going back on my IG right now.
Oh man, it's Peter. I've got an IG that's at Dick with a capital D. Everyone likes to hear that, don't they?
Dick. I'm looking for it. So other than that, what's your favourite moment from Life Aquatic?
Favourite moment in Life Aquatic?
Yeah.
Is when they're all in the submarine right at the end, and Sigur Rós comes on, and they see the leopard shark.
Oh yeah,
or the spotted leopard shark.
Yeah, because it's real.
And it's
because you sort of question throughout the film whether it was
all
real.
about is he a prick or not?
Yeah,
like is he the man he said he is? Is he killed his friend?
Yeah,
all
these
these
don't
crazy
really know
questions. And then that piece of music, like the one thing with Wes Anderson is the soundtracks are so impeccable.
They're amazing.
Like so between the aesthetics of the filming and then the soundtrack that comes in,
because he's got this super cute colour palette, like sort of pastel-y vibe. Yeah. Everything's symmetrical, and the music's so nice. If anyone wants to listen, I've got a playlist called Yoga with Wes Anderson that we climb to all the time. It's like 70-ish songs in there, and it's just go.
The more you
check it out.
Say it out loud, Wes Anderson's embodying part of our life in
it
such
really
a
is.
strange way.
I know I'm striving to make my life as Wes Anderson as possible day to day. Like, if you can turn the mundane
into that,
how nice is that? It's such a cool little vibe. Anyway, the way the Team Zissou talk is I quite like this. It's okay. A couple of members of the Team Zissou Dyno Committee testing the quality of the jumping found at Stony Middleton, aka a polished pecs in the peak. After rigorous research was conducted, the boys found that the dynos were indeed of high quality. More research must be done to unlock the true nature of this strange place. I guess it's like field notes, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's that like exploration, and you're going out and you're making these very sort of unimportant, serious notes.
So we need to do more of it.
Yeah, it's like
about climbing. We need to Steve Zissou climbing.
Yeah, we really do need to
deep in it
Steve
Zissou
climbing. And I get
to look at
that's the energy, isn't it?
And look at it like Steve Zissou would, like it's some sort of beast,
a beast that needs taming. Yeah,
film it, talk about its holds, embody Steve Zissou, write down his quotes, read them out before you go to bed. And then, so after watching that, we'll talk about another documentary. A documentary we watched together recently.
Yeah,
maybe we can reframe how we think we're actually Steve Zissou. Boom.
Whoa, boom. Drop the mic. Whoa. I think so.
That'd be interesting.
I would like to be able to.
There, if we both convince ourselves.
That'd be interesting. If we could both psychologically like hack our brains to think we're both Steve Zissou.
Yeah.
What if we have this weird war with Steve's? Like we're both like.
We'll
be symbiotic. Can we live amongst each other?
Also, Steve Zissou ate a climber, so we can convince our brain that.
Yeah, true. Do you know what I want to be able to do? Is I want to be able to wire my brain to think in the way that he talks. Yeah. So, like, you're looking at things, you're like,
oh, such a good impression, Steve Zissou. I don't think anyone else would have understood that, but I got that as bob on.
Oh, thanks, man. Good.
So good.
So, why?
Do it again.
Okay, you ready?
Wow. You are amazing, buddy. So good at this. You're the best I've ever heard. Why don't you run it past Uncle Mick? Because he's the man that knows. You tell him, Uncle Mick.
Okay, I will do. Why is Steve Zissou your favourite character? Do you relate to him? Or do you look up to him? Or are you afraid of him?
I'm not afraid of him. I'm all of the things below, though. I do look up to him. He's not... Well, the one thing Wes Anderson is all the main characters are usually dicks.
They are.
To some extent. So he's abandoned child to some extent, and there's this narrative in the background, but it's all about... Well, there's a lot of forgiveness, and...
Yeah.
But he's not a very nice
and getting over things. Yeah.
He isn't actually a very nice man.
No, he's not. I remember watching it with you for the first time, and I turned to you and was like, that was really sad. I hate Steve Zissou. Yeah. I didn't like him the first time I watched it. And then I remember you being like, well, he's gotten over things, and sort of. Then the second time I watched it, I saw it with a fresh pair of eyes, and it sort of changed my perspective. I watched the first from the perspective of, because Owen Wilson's character dies, his son. He reconnects with his son, and then accidentally kills his son. And then I was watching it from the son's perspective, and I was like, "This guy is a dick. He's an absolute dick."
Really,
but then
amazing candor.
Yeah, but the son got a lot from that relationship, didn't he? He sought him out.
How does the pilot relate to your climbing world?
The pilot, I like the pilot's drive. He's like, "I'm going to find my dog." And he just goes by himself, flies himself to the island, goes on this mad mission to find his dog, and he does it, and it's cute. It's just lovely.
He's quite pure, isn't he?
He's pure at heart.
He's young. He's innocent.
Yeah. And he's not that innocent. Well, he actually is pretty innocent. Does he do anything bad? Doesn't
he? Fights for what he believes is right.
Yeah. Oh. The more you talk about him, the more psyched I'm getting. I love him.
You'll be the little pilot one day, Pete.
I want to be the little pilot.
Your little dog, little chihuahua.
How cute would that be? No, Chow Chow.
Chow Chow?
Yeah.
What are you going to call Chow Chow?
Shorty.
Shorty?
Yeah.
What about Tofu Pupper?
Tofu Pupper. I love you, Pete. You, me, forever. Happiness.
Bread is infinity. And that's a story for another day.
That is a story for another day.
It felt quite nice getting back into the swing of it.
Yeah, it was nice.
We are going to be back,
guys. A lot of gubbins this episode.
There's nothing
Did you enjoy them?
We've had a few weird weeks.
Yeah.
And we're just super focused on getting this back.
Our psyche for climbing has not decreased in the slightest.
Or for this.
It's just been a weird time.
It's so weird. If you guys reach out to us, please do.
Yeah.
Be part of this. We wanna make something for our climbing community that's real.
Yeah, it's very true.
We kind of want to find that little voice for our corner of the world, because after speaking to our little man down south, you kind of realise we've actually got something quite special up here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we really
want
to
tell people about that.
Yeah. We really do.
So on that note,
stay scampy.
Stay scampy.
And follow me at Pete_Rick.
Follow me at Danko Winterbear.
Follow the pod at BHPod. And
don't follow anything else other than Mick Crosby. Follow him around the streets. He loves the company.
Double dyno to micro crimper.
Put them at the end.